relationship. It actually showed up at my house. What's up, guys, and welcome back. And today, I'm working on the EK. All right, so update on the EK. There's some things missing, obviously. I took the dash out and I flocked it, and it looked absolutely fantastic, and I'm really excited about putting it back in here. I feel like it's gonna be that little extra piece that this car needs. Not that it needs any more goodies, but I think that's gonna make it look really awesome. If you have a warped or, you know, dash that's cracked, get it repaired and flock it. It's cheap. You can get the kit on Amazon, and it's 100% worth it. Now, as you can see, I don't have any wiring. I took out the brace that actually supports the dash. It's right over there. And as you can see, it's got some surface rust on it, and it's not very pretty. And yeah, I could put it back in here and no one's gonna see it, but I know it has surface rust on it, so I'm gonna clean it off, probably get it powder coated, make it look really nice, because if I'm going to such lengths, I might as well fix that too. And as you can tell, I've got my Honda here on the firewall, as well as my brake lines. They've been routed behind the dash. Any way to clean up an engine bay is to pretty much route the brake lines behind the dash. It looks so much better and makes your engine bay look so much cleaner. And I've got them routed back here with a proportioning valve, and honestly, it works great and it looks nice. So that is something that I've often had many people ask me how to clean up an engine bay, and I feel like that's the #1 way. So I would recommend it. Now, as you can see, I have taken out all of the wiring here, and I'm also gonna be taking out the rest of the wiring in the car, like the body harness. You come back here. I'm gonna be removing all of this wiring here. There's actually not a lot back here. The EK doesn't have that much wiring, but I'm gonna take it all out, and we're gonna be doing an all new body harness, under dash harness, and also an engine harness by Rywire. It comes with a PDM and a keypad. We're gonna have some motorsport wiring in this car, and man, it's gonna look so good. I can't wait to put it in. But I got a lot of work before I can start doing that, but I have definitely started the process. All right, as you can tell, I've got my engine harness here, and it does have the quick disconnect on the firewall, which is pretty sweet. And what's cool about their harnesses is that everything is to the correct length. So you don't ever have extra wiring that's kind of floating around, or everything is the correct length, so it's pretty tight and it looks really nice. You could run these underneath the intake manifold to the injectors, and everything looks super clean. And you don't have all that cluttered extra wiring, and it looks really good. Now for the real star of the show here is the B18 C5 that's going in here. This is a high compression build. I just put on the new clutch that I got from ATT, and then I put on the transmission that I cleaned. It took me 5 hours to get this clean, and I know a lot of you said on my Instagram that the transmission really wasn't that dirty. Well, for this clean of a build, it was dirty. So I spent a long time with some Blaster citrus degreaser and some Scotch-Brite pads, and I cleaned this whole thing up by hand, and honestly, it looks really, really nice. I don't think you could find one speck of dirt on this thing, and I'm gonna try to keep it that way. This thing is pretty much a shop living car. I'll be taking it on the street sometimes, take it to the racetrack sometimes, but I don't drive it every day, so it should probably stay pretty clean. So, but I know I have a lot going on here, and a lot of people will probably say it's gonna take me a while to build this, and that is okay, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna end up with my dream build. I'm gonna have it built the way I want it, and I'm gonna do it all myself, and no one can take that away from me. And with that being said, that brings us to the subject of today's video, which people taking credit for things that aren't theirs. Now, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while, and I think this is kind of gonna be like an educational video for some and helpful for other people. Now, one thing that I see on the internet all the time is people taking credit for things that they don't do. For instance, you see a lot of content creators like myself making videos, and you see these fake accounts posting the videos and taking credit for them. And I know you guys like watching my videos, and I'm very thankful for that, because I'm just sharing my everyday life, the passions that I have for working on cars, and I video it, and I like to post them up for you guys to watch. And the same for other creators I'm sure that you follow as well. And it's really painful for a creator like myself to spend all this time to make these videos because let's be honest, it's not easy. For me to do an install that takes like an hour and a half would end up taking me like 4 to 5 hours to do to film it, not including the edit time, not including, you know, if I decided to do a voiceover, music, and then finally posting it up can take a long time. And as a content creator, it's absolutely gut-wrenching to see a fake account steal the content that I worked so hard on to share with you guys what I love doing. Now I know I can speak for myself that other content creators feel the same pain that I'm feeling. And what's even more sad is that some of these accounts are even making money off of the views off the stuff they didn't even create. Now I will have to say, this has happened to me. I'm not a big TikTok poster, and I do try to post on TikTok pretty regularly, but sometimes I'm kind of slow. I post on YouTube and Instagram probably a lot more than I do on TikTok, and sometimes I'm slow to post over there. And the other day, I went to go post a video that I thought that was cool and I wanted to post over there, and I realized once I posted it that it actually got hit with a unoriginal content saying this video has already been posted, and that was because there's an account out there like this that actually posted my video before me. Now, I'm not the only content creator who has dealt with things like this. I know you've probably all been contacted by some of these fake accounts. And I thank you guys for sending me those screenshots and letting me know. This particular account is actually reaching out to people and trying to talk to them, saying that they're me, saying they're checking in on my biggest fans. Now, yes, it's really sad that these fake accounts are pretending to be people and stealing content and possibly making money on it. But what's even worse about these accounts like this is that they're trying to scam the people who actually follow me and enjoy my content, and not only myself, but other content creators, and try to scam them for money. And even worse than that, they're even trying to mess up their family life or their life in general, pretending that they want to be in a relationship with this person. And to me, that's upsetting. That's messing with people's livelihoods, that's messing with people's mental health, that's messing with people's bank accounts, and pretty much almost destroying what they have going for them right now. All because these fake accounts just want money from you. And it's absolutely upsetting to me, and I feel like I wanted to make this video not only for myself, not only for other content creators, but also the people who are watching us, who enjoy our videos. We don't want to see this happen to you. I've seen this on multiple occasions. This actually happened to myself, where a fake account reached out to a gentleman. He was sending them lots of money. He was sending them messages on Telegram. He thought that he was talking to me. He thought that we were in a relationship. He actually showed up at my house. The police were called. Things happened. I did find out some of the messages he was sending back and forth to so-called me. There were questionable pictures and questionable messages being sent back and forth, and thousands of dollars being sent to this scammer. Now, I feel bad for that person because they actually thought that they were in a relationship with me. Now, you might think, come on, you gotta be smarter than that than fall for a dumb scheme like that, and it's true. It's true. You should use common sense, but sometimes they're really good at what they're doing, and that's why they continue to do it, is because people keep falling for it. And I don't want to see that happen. Now, I know I'm not the only person this is happening to. Just last week, I heard of another content creator. She does a lot of fishing and outdoor stuff. She received an email from a lady who said that her husband was leaving her for the content creator and was emailing to make sure that that was correct. And of course it wasn't correct. The girl was absolutely floored. She felt so bad about what was happening, but it was because a fake account had reached out to this lady's husband, and he got scammed, sending this person money, thought that they were in a relationship, thought that he was gonna go leave his wife to be with the girl from the internet. It is absolutely insane. And that content creator is only just posting her life about the things that she likes. She likes fishing, she likes going out and hunting, she likes doing all these things, and she's just, you know, sharing it with the world. Unfortunately, there are these scammers out there who are just trying to make a quick buck, and they don't care about whose lives they destroy. I mean, I'm sure couldn't even think about the wife and the husband that's going to affect, and their family life, and you know, all of that is going to be affected, and I can't even imagine the mental stress it's going to cause for all of these people. And all because these scammers are just looking to get some money out of you. They're willing to say anything. I mean, the people who have contacted some of my followers will say anything. They'll say that, you know, the person will come back and be like, well, Sally says that she's not talking to me. And they'll come up with some excuse as to why, you know, I'm just being nice, or I can't say that on my social media, or they'll try to talk you out of believing that this is not a fake account. So please, please be careful out there, and if it looks fake, it probably is. Now, it's only just men getting scammed. There are also females getting scammed too. Just the other day on the news, I heard of a lady playing Words with Friends and got a message from a person that they were saying they were Keanu Reeves. And she ended up chatting with them for several weeks, sending them tons of money to find out that it wasn't Keanu Reeves. Now, that seems kind of far-fetched, and honestly, you probably should have a little bit more common sense to fall for something like that. I agree, but it can happen to anyone, and I don't want to see that happen. I feel like anywhere on the internet, anybody could be a victim at any point in time. Clicking on links, people sending messages saying there's somebody, you know, Keanu Reeves, he's a cool dude. If I got a message that said they were Keanu Reeves, I would probably take a second look at it too. So just be careful on the internet, because I feel like everyone is under attack by these scammers who are just trying to get your money. It's also, you know, male content creators also being affected. There are fake accounts saying that they have these rare JDM parts where people are for cheap prices, sending the person money, and of course, the parts never show up. And then they end up contacting the creator, and the creator has no idea what they're even talking about because they were talking to a fake page. And it's hard to really maybe identify these fake pages sometimes, but you just kind of have to use some common sense. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And just, you know, do some research, you know, look at the account saying, hey, they only got like 30 followers, and I follow Sally and she has a lot more than that. This is probably not her. You can always send a screenshot, you could report it. Any of those things can help to stop on these scams. And with that being said, I want to thank every single one of you who follow me on this channel and watch all of my videos. It really means a lot to me. You guys leave some amazing comments below, and I feel like y'all got my back, and I want to do the same for you. I have your guys' back, and that's why I made this video. I don't want to see anybody get scammed. I want to see their livelihood be affected, their mental health. Heck, your bank account, I definitely don't want to see anybody messing with that, because let's be honest, if you don't have any money, you can't buy more car parts and you can't work on cars, so what's the point, right? So I wanted to let you know that if you're receiving any messages from anyone that's pretending to be me, it's not me. Do not continue talking to them. Please delete all forms of communication. I don't have a Telegram. And if you guys want to ask me questions, I post videos all the time. Leave me a comment, ask me a question. I'll try to get to them. It might take me a while, but I promise I'll try to get to all the questions. And I really just want to see you guys be happy out there, because like I said, you guys got my back and I've got yours, and I want to make this video to help educate the community so we can have a safe space here in the car community. It's already a small community and we really don't need anybody messing it up, let's be honest. So this video is not only for followers out there getting messages from fake accounts, but also content creators to be careful out there and watch out for these fake accounts. They're out to get you, and just like myself, I never thought in a million years I'd have somebody show up at my work at my house thinking they were talking to me, sending me money because they were talking to a fake account. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming, and that is car content. We're gonna go check out my 8th Gen Civic sedan, and I just put a K24 in it, and man, let me tell you, it rips. And this is my new daily driver ripper. It's my 2009 Honda Civic Si. It comes with a K20 Z3 from the factory, but over at the VTech Academy, we just put in a K24 from Japan, and this thing is a certified ripper now. Brian from VTech Academy came over to my shop a couple of weeks ago. He borrowed some parts, and he said, what's that JDM K24 in the corner? And I said, I don't know what I'm doing with it. I've had it for like 2.5 years. And he said, why don't you bring your FA5, your 8th Gen Civic, over to my shop and let's do a swap. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. He said, we could have it done in 3 days. And I laughed. I legitimately laughed, and I didn't think. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to spend a ton of money right now. And he's like, you won't spend any more money. Maybe a couple $100 bucks. And sure enough, he was right. We did the swap in 3 days. Cost me a couple $100 in parts. Everything swaps over. I'm just going to say, if you have an FA5, do the swap. On VTech Academy, they're going to have an entire video about the swap, what you need, how long it takes. They're going to have the video out here pretty soon. You're going to have to go watch it for sure. Enough with all that. You guys want to hear what it sounds like? You gotta love a Boyle exhaust. I'm going to slow it down and get it into first. I hope you guys liked today's video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And watch out for those scammers, please. I really care about you guys, and I don't want anybody messing up your life. Keep an eye out. I've got some new racing plans coming shortly, and I'm really excited to talk about it. I'll be dropping that in the next week or so. I'm actually testing the new race car this weekend, and I'm really excited. The car looks phenomenal, and you guys are gonna love it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.